Hi, everybody. I'm back again. Today I'm going to go into just further about Eve being the bride of Jesus. Okay, so I'm going to start here in Luke 24:44 because I want you to see that all Psalms about Jesus have to be fulfilled. And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms, right here. So you guys can see it. Um, so if you go to Psalm 45, this is clearly all about her. Okay. So I'm going to read it to you guys. My heart is inditing a good matter. I speak of the things which I have made touching the king. My tongue is the pen of a ready writer. Thou art fairer than the children of men. Grace is poured into thy lips. Therefore, God hath blessed thee forever. Gird thy sword upon thy thigh, O most mighty, with the glory and thy majesty. And in thy majesty ride prosperously because of truth and meekness and righteousness, and thy right hand shall teach thee terrible things. Thine arrows are sharp in the heart of the king's enemies, whereby the people fall under thee. Thy throne, O God, is forever and ever. The scepter of thy kingdom is a right scepter. Thou lovest righteousness and hatest wickedness. Therefore, God, thy God, hath anointed thee with the oil of gladness above thy fellows. All thy garments smell of myrrh and aloes and cassia out of the ivory places whereby they have made thee glad. So this I was like, okay, I know these are out there, these words. So I went and I did a King James word search here, or I'm going to. This is the University of Michigan. You just could, if you Google search for KJV word lookup, you'll find it. And it's the University of Michigan one is my favorite. I find it to be the easiest. Okay, so then I'm going to search here. Well, look at that. It's in Proverbs 7. This, though, says cinnamon instead of cassia. But right away, I know that Song of Solomon also mentions all of this too, because that is also about them. So let's go back here. All right. King, we're on 45:9. King's daughters were among thy honorable women. Okay, it's talking about Jesus there. King's daughters, upon thy right hand did stand the queen in gold of Ophir. This is the dress. This is what her. It says in Revelation. Her. I think it's in Revelation. I don't quote me on that, but it says that her dress is going to be made out of the gold of Ophir. Hearken, O daughter, and consider, and incline thy ear. Forget also thine own people and thy father's house. Okay, this is talking about because she's here on earth with us. She's going to forget her father's house. They're all going to become her sons and daughters. Her mother and her father on this earth are going to become her sons and daughters when this is all said and done. So shall the king greatly desire thy beauty. Beauty, okay? It's talking about Jesus again. For he is thy Lord, and worship thou him. And the daughter of Tyre shall be there with a gift. Even the rich among the people shall entreat thy favor. The king's daughter is all glorious within. Her clothing is of wrought gold. She shall be brought unto the king in raiment of needlework. The virgins, her companions that follow her, shall be brought unto thee. And then I'm going to go into Matthew 25 here in a second, but let me just finish this up to show you more about this, okay? Because this is lining up with that. With gladness and rejoicing shall they be brought. They shall enter into the king's palace. Instead of thy fathers shall be thy children, okay? So here her father and her mother are going to become her children, whom thou mayest make princes in all the earth. I will make thy name to be remembered in all generations. Therefore shall the people raise thee forever and ever, or praise thee forever and ever. Okay, so I went here, and I'm not going to look this up in Bible Gateway because the Lord led me to Matthew was a tax collector. The times when he was serving as a tax collector, he would have had to have spoken Aramaic. Okay, at that time, the rulers had implemented a law that everybody had to speak um, Aramaic, and that's what language, not Hebrew. They want or Greek. He wanted them to speak, or the I think it was the Amorites that were in charge of it. I researched this, but I didn't do my due diligence here. But I think it was the Amorites that led at that time period, and it was the law that you had to speak Aramaic. And he was a taxpayer, so he absolutely would, or a tax collector, so he would have absolutely spoken Aramaic. So here's the translation from Aramaic. Then shall be likened the kingdom of heaven unto 10 virgins who took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom and the bride. Okay, in the KJV, this is eliminated. It only says the bridegroom. But 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. And those foolish took their lamps, but did not take with them the oil. But those who were wise, who took oil in vessels with their lamps, but while the bridegroom withheld, they all dozed and slept. And in the dividing of the night, there was the cry, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go forth to his meeting. Then all the virgins arose and prepared their lamps. But those foolish ones said to the wise, Give to us from your oil, for behold, our lamps are gone out. But the wise ones answered them, saying, Lest it should not suffice for us and for you, but go to those who sell and buy for you. And while they were gone to buy, the bridegroom came, and those who were prepared entered with him into the house of festivity. And the gate was shut. At last came also those other virgins, saying, O Lord, open to us. But he answered and said them, Assuredly, I tell you, I know you not. Be wakeful, therefore, for you know not that day nor the hour. Okay, so this is talking about because people were not ready because they don't know the truth, you guys. They don't know the complete truth. It's really sad, but that is what that's talking about. There are people out there that think that they are good, that once saved, always saved. That's not the case. That is a lie from Satan. You have to seek him diligently. You have to let him lead you into all truth. Jesus, this is why it is so critical that you hear his voice. If you cannot hear his voice, then you really have to spend some time with him until you can hear his voice, because he's the only one who can lead us all into all truth. um so that's why he has me out here doing this for all of you guys. What he's shown me, he wants everybody to know this truth. It is critical that we know and understand the truth so that we will be accepted in his presence and we truly know him. So, think about it. If you were getting married and people don't even know that you're marrying an individual woman and they think that you're marrying every single Christian out there, um, it's going to be a gigantic wedding, which goes against his own word. It says that he wants men and women to be married to one person. It doesn't say that he approves of multiple marriages. So it totally contradicts what the word says, where they're teaching that Jesus is going to marry everybody. God is going to marry everybody, but that's really a covenant that you establish with him. Okay. Marriage is a word he used. he said, oh boy, I should have looked this up too. But he said, oh geez, just in my own walk, when I came across a scripture that said that it's like, oh boy, I can't even think of it right now. I guess I don't need to say it here, but I'll make sure I look into that. I'll collect my thoughts and look that up for you. But when it's like a marriage is what he's really saying, because and the way he explained that to me is it's like a marriage because in a marriage, if it is a God ordained marriage, your husband, if you are a woman, should be the most important person in your life besides God. God's above that, okay? He's the most important in our lives. This is the way it is supposed to go in order. God's the most important. Then when you get married, your husband, if you're a woman, would be the most important after God. That, or vice versa for the man. Your wife should be the most important after God, okay? So we all are married to God, but it's really a covenant, okay? It's not like he's a marriage, he's God, he's a spirit, right? So, anyway, I hope that helps everybody. I know this is confusing, a little bit confusing this one today, but go and read the Psalm 45 and, go into, like we discussed before, look up all these things that are put on your heart. What could that possibly mean? Go and look and see what other scriptures that they are mentioned in. Look at all this stuff. Do some research and then pray too. Ask the Lord to reveal the truth to you once again every day when you read. Lord, open my eyes to see. Reveal the truth to me. Always include Him in it, and He will lead and guide you and show you understanding of it all. All right, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon.